We can start on this because there's 4 people watching already.
Okay. Sure. James, we're starting.
Hello, all of you in Cyberland. I'm sorry, I thought I pressed the start button, but apparently I didn't press the start button, the live button. And if you want, please feel free in the chat box to share, say hello to everybody, and say where you're watching from. That'd be wonderful as well. But today is our Tenchi Kane monthly ceremony. Thank you for joining us today. And we will begin momentarily because I think I'm going to tilt the screen and then we'll start. There we go. So we'll begin today's service. Chido Haide, 4 sincere claps. Please open your prayer books to page 2 for the mediation prayer. Mediation prayer. Let us seek the sacred mediation of Ikirami Gongo Daiji sincerely and wholeheartedly each and every day. May we receive the mediation anew with all our hearts and souls on this day, this very moment. Kirami Gongo Daijin Sama. Kirami Kongo Daijin Sama. Kirami Kongo Daijin Sama. Kirami Kongo Daijin Sama. Purification Prayer. Through the way of mediation, may our sincere apologies be acceptable to you, our divine parent. We acknowledge our mistakes and misunderstandings, arrogance and ignorance of your divine favor. We apologize for all our shortcomings and the references from past generations. Guide us to amend our way of living, to reflect your divine will with a pure, joyful, and loving heart, always one with you. Kami Prayer. Reverently we pray. The brilliance of heaven, the richness of earth. Time flows without cease, years pass without end. In heaven and earth is a life that nurtures all. In heaven and earth is a truth that orders all. For this wondrous form, for these wondrous works, let us praise Tenchi Kane no Kami. Let us praise the divine parent of the universe. Kami loves and cares for all humanity, all those who live between heaven and earth. Revere Kami as divine parent, to live in Kami's infinite blessings. This is the way. Yet many, not knowing the way, are lost in greed and selfishness. They suffer the cycle of misfortunes. Great is coming sorrow. Our founding father, Unko Daijin, suffered many trials in this world, but held fast to faith and sincerity. He received Kami's great blessing and began the life of mutual fulfillment of Kami and humanity. Humbly we pray. The Divine Parent's great wish was thus fulfilled. Unko Daijin accepted the call to mediation that leads to the mutual benefit of Kami and humanity. By day he taught the way of faith to all who sought him, expounding the blessings of heaven and earth. And he knew not the coming of night. By night he prayed for those who grieved, seeking salvation for all who suffered. And he knew not the dawning of day. Though years passed and the world changed, he did not waver from his task, divine task of mediation. Thus was given the sacred Tenchi Kane, the guiding principle for our daily life. Divine favor was thus renewed, and blessings flowed universally, establishing the way of eternal prosperity, the way of mediation of Ikigami Kongo Daijin. By this wondrous revelation, we are given knowledge of the way. Through all the hardships of this world, through pain of body and soul, the way of mediation teaches us to turn our hearts to Kami. Without regard for day or night, whether we're near or far, the way of mediation teaches us to pray with total trust. For living unaware of divine favor, we offer our sincere apologies and pledge to mend our ways. Let us live our faith every day, seeking and rejoicing in your divine favor. Let us care for those in pain and invite them to the way. Let us guide those who are lost and awaken them to a life of purpose. Kami is fulfilled in us. We are fulfilled in Kami. May this way of mutual fulfillment be manifested in this world. May Kami's wish for true peace and the well-being of all people be fulfilled. So we humbly pray. So we earnestly pray. Hello.
Okay.
Chido Keide, please bow your heads in prayer. Kakenmaku mo kashikoki, Higami Kongo Daijin Tenchi Kane no Oyagami sama no imae ni, Kongo Kyo Whittier-Rose 教会長伊賀教師先生の代わりで、Kongo Kyo教師かしこみもまおさく、かしこかれど我が天地金の神橋、神みとく天地にあまねく道渡らせたまい、の皆を生かし、ローズのことを整えさせたまい、湧きても天地の間に住む人間を神の愛しごと目で慈しみたまいてあるは、人も賢きことの極みにな。Here on this warm afternoon, at the Kongko Church of Whittier-Rose Hill, on behalf of your beloved children, we have joined in one heart to share our love, sincerity, and appreciation to you for the blessings, favors, and interventions we receive daily. Thank you very much for the favors you have showered upon each of the ujiko of the Whittier-Rose Hills Church and the New York, New Jersey gathering. We continue to receive your favor and interventions, especially during these times. We give thanks for Gavin Michio Fong, who was born this month, and we ask that you continue to protect and guide him to become a useful person to society and faith. We offer our hearts of appreciation for the goyo of our spiritual patriarch, Kyoshi Konko-sama, and his wife, Yaeko-sama. We pray that you will keep him and his wife safe in order for them to continue with their sacred goyo. On February 15, 2021, elections were held for the next spiritual leader of Konko-kyo. March 26, 2021 will be the last day of goyo for Reverend Heiki Konko. And on March 27, 2021, the new spiritual father of our faith will assume his new responsibilities. We thank you for our parent church and parent minister, Konko Church of Fuzaki, Reverend Hironao Usho. We are very grateful for his daily prayers. Thank you very much for Reverend Wakiko Igawa, who founded the Whittier-Rose Hills Church, and Reverend Kyoshi Igawa, who is the present head minister of the Whittier-Rose Hills Church. Please watch over both of them. At present, they are with their daughter, Kazuko Fong, and her family in New Jersey. As an ohana, we pray for healing and protection for our New Jersey family. Help them through this difficult time and raise them up. Heal them physically, mentally, and spiritually. Please allow Reverends Kyoshi and Wakiko Igawa to return home from the hospital soon in tip-top condition, in good spirits, and ready to tackle the world. Allow them all to maintain a positive disposition. Help them to keep their hearts turned to Kami-sama in order to take care and love each other. Share Konko Daijin's teachings and help with the Ujiko on the East Coast through Toitsu. Through Konko Daijin, you taught us, ten to chi no aida ni sumu ningen wa minna kami no ujiko. Humans living between heaven and earth are all the beloved children of Kami. This was truly important for all of us in light of what has been happening in the States. We ask you to help us to not only keep unconditional love and compassion for all in our hearts, but also to reflect it in our daily lives. Help us to be embracing and loving, kind and generous to all regardless of race, sexual orientation, size, nationality, one's skin color, gender identity, age, occupation, social status, etc. I implore you to please use each of us to make an impact, big or small, on our communities, cities, counties, and countries. Guide us in our hearts and our actions to be embracing, loving, kind, and generous. Since March of 2020, the novel coronavirus has affected people's lives, their physical and mental health and livelihoods. The numbers in Los Angeles County and California continue to rise. In Los Angeles County, there are approximately 1.2 million cases of this to this day. And throughout California, there are 3.4 million. And in the United States as a whole, 28.7 million cases, with over 18.9 million having recovered. We are very grateful for the vaccines from Pfizer, BioNTech, and Moderna that have been approved by the CDC. We pray for the smooth daily distribution of the vaccines and for the effectiveness in keeping us healthy. We pray that with each mask worn and each vaccine given, this will be the start of a new world where people will begin living an adapted normal life, and one where love and compassion for our brothers and sisters is a part of it. The third Konko-sama taught us, nanwa mikage, or hardship is Kami's favor. We also ask you please take our hand and help us to use this opportunity as a means of reflection and the resurrection upon our lives, faiths, hearts, and actions. Allow us to reflect on our favors, blessings, and interventions that we have received throughout our lives, and especially during this pandemic. We pray for the victims of tragedies, natural and human-made disasters, to recuperate materially, physically, mentally, and spiritually. Please continue to watch over all who are suffering from illness and disease. We pray for those suffering from mental and physical illness and disorders, such as dementia, cancer, COVID-19, heart disease, etc. Through your divine intervention and favor, grant these individuals a renewed life and guide them to becoming useful individuals to society. However, we also pray for those who are their caretakers. Allow them to get time off for themselves. Allow them a moment of sanity and serenity, and give them the additional strength to continue loving and caring for their loved ones. As we continue working to achieve our goals in our individual lives, whether it be for our occupation, studies, relationships, and personal growth, help us to remember to enjoy the blessings we are receiving every day. And we ask for your protection and guidance with every step we take. Please give us the strength to move forward in all aspects of our lives, and help us to live a kami-centered life as we are all allowed to live in the universe through your grace. Untitled Tenchi Kane, we implore you to use us as instruments of peace, to make an impact big or small on our communities, cities, counties, and countries, and guide us in our hearts and our actions to be embracing, loving, kind, and generous. So where there is hatred, let us sow love. Where there is injury, let us offer forgiveness. And where there is discord, let us build peace. As I bring this prayer to a close, it is our prayer that we can end this month safely in light of what has been happening, in peace and harmony, love and joy. We pray that the blessings and favor of today's service is granted and received by all here today, and those who could not be with us. Me ki aloha pumehana. Mahalo anuye, our beloved Kiami Kongko Daijin, Tenchi Kane. Now, please raise your heads. So, tomoni haire, 4 sincere claps with the head officiant. Offering a tamakushi on behalf of Gavin, who cannot be here for his birthday, which is Monday. Monday will be the eldest of the Igawa cousins. That's the eldest, right?
Eldest, do it for the youngest.
For the youngest. Please open your prayer books to page 6 for the recitation of the Tenchi Kakitsuke. Tenchi Kakitsuke. Higami Konko Daijin Tenchi Kane no Kami Isshin ni negae Kage wa waga kokoro ni ari Kongetsu konnichi de kanone. Pray sincerely with all your heart. Be one with Kami. Kami's blessings begin within hearts grateful and caring, in harmony and joy. Look to Kami always, now and forever. On this very day, pray. Adoration Prayer, page 7. We lift our eyes in awe toward heaven soaring above. We lift our eyes in awe toward heaven soaring above. We bow our heads in prayer toward earth rich and deep, living amid such gifts of Kami's great giving. How happy and grateful we are. The mediation of the Higami Konko Daiji does not stop for a single day. The protection of the Divine Parent embraces all far and wide. The blessings of Kami flow without limit through all generations. The ways of Kami are mysterious and wondrous, beyond our understanding. Day by day, every day, earnestly and reverently, we praise the virtues of Kami. We honor the power of Kami. Shido Haide, 4 sincere claps. Shido Haide, 4 sincere claps. Please open your prayer books to page 11 for prayer to the departed souls. Prayer to the departed souls. Spirits of those who have gone before us, you were given the gift of life in this vast and endless universe. You discharge your duties faithfully, each according to your span of years. You will be remembered eternally. Your lives be told from generation to generation, honored as the foundation of our society and the roots of our families. We revere you as the ancestral spirits of our homes, our own divine spirits. We beseech you, stand by us each and every one. Receive the favor of Kami and help us to fulfill our tasks as people without failing. Protect us, guide us, enrich us, that we may never lose the way of faith, that we hand it down to all generations, that we may live in peace and prosperity within our homes. Protect us, guide us, enrich us. Shido Keide, please bow your heads in prayer. Starting with the Konko family, Ushio family, and Nakabayashi family, including the late Reverend Akinobu Konko, I respectfully call upon the following to join us today. Konko Daijin sama no go ryoshin, parents of Konko Daijin, go sonpu sama, father Juhei Kandori, go bodo sama, mother Shimo Kandori, Ushio family, Kawakami family, Nakabayashi family, Hideshima family, Otsubo family, Miyama family, Goto family, Takeda family, Tsuki family. Igawa family, Hikekawa family, Saiki family, Matsumoto family, Tanaka family, O'Farrell family, Ivy family, Sanchez family, Landeros family, Quayle family, Fong family, Ping family, Ota family, Lim family, Ayabe family, Brown family, Klaus family, Fujimoto family, Furuya family, Matsui family, Miyagawa family, Hitaka family, Nakayama family, Nishi family, Omura family, Tagami family, Tepnappa family, Urata family, Yamamoto family, Yamauchi family, Yasutake family. Konko Daijin's wife, Konko Tosehime. The fourth Konko-sama's wife, Konko Tahoko Hime. The founding minister of the Konko Church of Tokyo, Hata Tokusaburo Azuma no Michiwake no Ushi no Mitama no Kami. The founding minister of the Tamamizu Church, Yukawa Yasutaro Nyushi Michiteru ni Hashira Ushi no Mitama no Kami. Founding minister of the Amagi Church, Yasutake Matsutaro Umashi Michiwake Izu Sakai Ushi no Mitama no Kami. Reverend Kotaro Nishi, 40 years. Reverend Fumi Niyama, 30 years. Reverend Chikawa Hasegawa. Nobuzo Yamauchi. Nancy Junko Kaku. Matsui Tetsuo Michio Hiko no Mitama no Kami. Enrique Sanchez. Saburo Kawata. Minoru Ota, 10 years. Richard Sho Nakashima. Please receive the offerings placed before you as simple tokens of our appreciation, as well as our hearts and prayers of love, appreciation, and sincerity. Please continue to watch over, guide, and protect all of us. Hamada suki kakete inoranayo yo noya, kano miyoya no kami no chihai yo. Hamada suki kakete inoranayo yo noya, kano miyoya no kami no chihai yo. Now, please raise your heads. Chido tomo ni haire 4 sincere claps along with the head officiant. Please open your prayer books to page 14 for the Ancestral Prayer. Ancestral Prayer. Dear Mikama spirits, everlasting and integral part of the divine parent of the universe, we pray that the Mitama of our ancestors and family, as well as the Mitama of all people, are in eternal peace and happiness. To you who have gone before us, we give thanks wholeheartedly for paving the way through hardships and self-sacrifice, in order that we, who are here today, can receive all the benefits of your endeavors. To you, our ancestral spirits, we gratefully acknowledge the protection and guidance which you have bestowed upon us. We pray that you continue to protect and guide us throughout our daily lives. We pray that we realize and develop your divine virtue this and every day. Chido haire 4 sincere claps. I have Flora in front of them. Do I get to talk now? Good afternoon. Sorry about that. Good afternoon. Thank you for all of you. Hi, Dennis. Dennis is watching. Wait, there's like 4 people watching. So hi to all of you out there. Thank you for attending today's monthly service. I had actually, when I was driving, James asked me last night, do you know what you're going to talk about? Did you plan something? And I had something planned. It wasn't a lesson though, because I have to I practice the lesson in front of my members so that you guys get the better lesson here. You know how that works, Miko. But I did it. So as I was driving up, I had something in mind. I knew what I wanted to talk about, and then boom, 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 it happened. I thought, gosh, Kami-sama, what's going on? Like, what is all of this? What's going on? It's like a curveball just came at me, and so I had to either hit it or let it pass. And I don't play baseball very well. I suck at baseball. I don't know the rules of baseball myself. So I think hopefully I'm hitting a home run with this curveball. But so, I think with what had happened within the past couple of days really affected the way in what I wanted to say. And I really struggled with this. And I know that there's a message that's within all of this to share. And I'm sure people, who's watching, I don't know who else is watching us as well, but I'm sure that you can relate, because I think no family is ever immune to issues and problems. And, even I have known about this, and it's kind of beautifully kind of detailed. So this is, we offered the new founder, the biography. It's shortened. It's really short, and it's kind of small lettering. So if you have bad eyesight like me, you might want progressives like I have. Although these aren't working for me at the moment. But even Konko Daijin had problems in his family. You might not think that he didn't have problems in his family, but he had problems in his family. So one of the biggest issues was his wife. His wife in the very beginning wasn't the most supportive person in the world. She actually went against things he said. And although it took some time, she would end up becoming his number one believer, one person who would believe in him the most. But it took time for that to happen. Well, around the time of their eldest son, Asakichi, who was 15 years old, Kami-sama gave a revelation to Konko Daijin and said, your son is to take over, be head of the household, while you will sit at the kekkai. You can just imagine, as a mother, she's like, what are you talking about? He's too young, he's 15. He can't handle oxen. And so I love the story, how it's depicted here. I think if you read the comic, there's the English version of the comic book of this. It's in there as well. And I kind of like how this is a little more story-like than the comic, how it describes how Tosei and him went out to the field, and Konko Daijin said, here, take this. And his wife said, no, why don't you show him how it's supposed to be done first? And he goes, no. Kami-sama said to just hand it over to him. But upon insistence from his wife and his son, he said, okay, let's do it. And the oxen began getting very obstinate, very, very, wasn't cooperating. And so he said, no, let's do what Kami-sama said and hand it over to him. With great hesitation, Asakichi held it. And whatever Asakichi was supposed to do, the ox had done it. It was just a smooth path. By listening to Kami-sama, Konko Daijin showed, this is a way, don't stop bucking me, sort of. But Kami-sama showed, look, just listen to me. But this wouldn't be the end between Asakichi and Tosei. Tosei is his wife. This actually happens to be the month that Tosei passed away. So that's why you heard her name on this side. So it would not be the first time that she would disagree with Konko Daijin. Her father-in-law, Konko Daijin's father-in-law would disagree. However, what's so interesting about this is that Asakichi, at one point, he started learning kendo, and he was getting good at it. And this opening, so here's where I'm trying to phrase this really nicely, the way I want to phrase it. I have a very difficult time phrasing this. So asakichi, the way it's phrased in here, makes it sound like this progression of going into working for the feudal lord at the time. And I've always had an issue with that. For me, I saw that as something else. It wasn't just this progression. I looked at it as asakichi running away from his responsibilities as head of the household. Because at 15, Kami-sama said he is to take over the household while you take over the hiromai. He is to take over all of this. You are to stay at the hiromai. And I believe asakichi, for me, him leaving, that was his escape route. And granted, he was good at what he did. I think the only thing I found was he had problems. These problems kept popping up over and over and over and over again. And he had forgotten Kami-sama when he left. He always came back to Kongo Daijin only to help solve the problem, and he would leave. So one of the things I like about this, though, about his story, Asakichi's story, is that he does eventually return. He begins to realize, what am I without Kami-sama? Why am I escaping my responsibilities? And he does end up coming back. He does have to go out once more, but this is the second time he leaves, if I'm correct. And on the second time he leaves, Kongo Daijin tells him, do not forget Kami. I don't know about all of you, but that was, even Kongo Daijin had family issues there between his wife and Asakichi. Everyone seemed good about it, but those two. But later on, they came forward. Even for myself, when I first moved here to LA in 1997, I will be so honest, my relationship with my parents were not good. And Wakiko Sensei was so kind and so generous to take me in. My relationship with my own church at that time was not very good. And I'll be honest, that first time I knew I was running away. In my mind, I'm like, I'm escaping all of this. I don't have to deal with all of this. I'm gone, goodbye. In fact, I even told Wakiko Sensei, I'd like to transfer to this church. And she said, no. She completely stopped it. This was after Whittier had become a mission of Kyosho. I said, I would like to transfer here. I want to be under you. And she said, no. She flat out denied me. During my time here, so according to Miko, I'm second to Miko, though, as being the longest person under Wakiko Sensei to I guess the word would be train under her. I'd be the second longest person. Everyone else was kind of short, like a year or something, right? And I remember Miko telling me when I came here, she wasn't here because Kaz picked me up to the airport. We had to fill up gas in Compton. And then someone told us, oh, my car got robbed. You might as well please leave. So we left. And then came straight here. And then Miko came the next day. But Miko sat me down and she talked to me. She said, it's not going to be easy. And I wonder if through Kami-sama, she was trying to tell me, maybe she knew, I don't know if she knew that I was having difficulties with my family and my church back home in Hawaii. But I don't know if she was trying to prepare me to say, don't run away. Listen and just do. And I promised, and she guaranteed me. I never forgot this. She guaranteed me that if I did everything that Wakiko Sensei said, don't fight that, don't think I didn't. I did, and woo, it wasn't a pretty picture when I did. But she said to do that. I don't think I would be where I am today. I'm not a very intelligent person. My IQ is average. We did an IQ test when I was tested for ADHD. I have everything working against me, but I don't know how. The greatest blessing we had, and it was the prayer, it was Wakiko Sensei's prayer from the very beginning. She wanted me to go to Stanford for my master's degree. She always said that you're going to go to Stanford. You're going to go to Stanford. Like, you're nuts. You're crazy. I'm not rich. I don't have money. I'm not intelligent. I probably wouldn't fit in with that society. No, I don't think so. And she kept saying that over and over and over again. And I never believed her until I did apply and I got it. So what Miko had said to me was truth. But it doesn't mean that during that 3.5 years I was here, it was all easy. There was a time period, a really, really harsh period of time when I felt so desperate. I felt so hysterical in mind. I was trying to fix this situation that had taken place, and nothing was working. Everything I was trying to do would just turn to mush. And it got to the point that I wanted to escape. But part of me remember what Miko said, but still I wanted to escape. And I thought maybe the best way, to the point of escaping, not just leaving the house, but escaping to the point of suicide. And that's when, and I don't know if email was around. I think there was email at that time. And I got an email from Uznoi Sensei, who's at Gardena Church. And out of the blue, he just said, hey, this guy's here, and I want you to meet him because he's going to go to Long Beach. I want you to talk to him. Can you come over for dinner? And I came over for dinner to the Gardena Church. By the way, Uznoi Sensei is an amazing chef. And the man knows his wine like there's no tomorrow. So don't mess with him and wine. But, we had a wonderful, he made us this amazing meal. He made us the dessert. I was really impressed. And after all was said and done, I was walking back and he caught up with me. And he said to me, are you okay? And that's when I broke down and I cried. I said to him, no, I'm not. I want to die. I just want to kill myself. He said, why? And I shared with him the issues and the problems that were going on. I told him, it was based off of these baseless lies, and I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go. I just want to run away. I want to escape. And he said, no. The one thing he said was, no, you cannot escape. You cannot run away. Because if you run away, this won't get solved. It won't get cleared up. And you cannot receive okage. You will carry this baggage with you for the rest of your life. Part of me did not like his message. I was like, oh, hell no. And then the other part of me was like, why do you have to be telling me the truth? It sounds like you sound like Miko all over again. God, give me a break, Kami-sama. Just tell me it's okay to leave, but Kami-sama did not allow me to do that. I'm really glad that I didn't run away. Because even Uznoi Sensei said, from this, and this is where Koko Daiji was so amazing. If you ever read, there's one of our sacred texts is the Book of Revelations. I don't know if that's the proper name for it, but I just call it the Book of Revelations. In the Book of Revelations, there's a drawing of a little pit with like water going in it, and that's called the Kuboi Tukuro. And that's where, for not even lack of a better word, everything goes in. Crap goes in. Good things go in. Candy goes in. Wonderful things go in. And that represents the Uketkai. And I think because every day I faced Wakiko Sensei with this dilemma over, and she was the only one to believe me. She and Kyoshi says were the only ones to believe me during that time. And I faced it with her. That I got through that time period safely. And I realized Uznoi Sensei was right. And Miko was right. That this amazing sense of love, this amazing okaye just came over me. And things just got better and better and better. And this was just before, about a year before I even applied to Stanford. Before I applied to Stanford. It was during that time period. This second time that I'm here on the continent, I think I did it right. I know I did it right. I was going to leave without telling my parents I was leaving. And Wakiko said, did you talk to your parents? Like, no. I just told them I was looking for another job. Goes, no, you have to talk to your parents. Almost as if I was trying to flee something that there was no problem, there were no issues. And finally, and every time I spoke to Wakiko Sensei, did you talk to your parents? Did you talk to your parents? And I said, no, no. And she kept saying, you need to confront your parents. You need to speak with your parents. And this was the greatest okage she gave me. Because in speaking with my father, I realized there was one thing I was escaping.
one thing that was not settled with my father and we had to settle it. That had to be settled. And I settled it. And it's my greatest gift ever. My entire life, I could not ask for this great gift. I'm just thinking about that day. As you can see, I will. Just thinking about that day, I realized she was right. Wakiko's hands was absolutely right. The blessing that came from that was an amazing source of love and support. And I'm so glad I never ran away. I did things properly. And there was Wakiko's hands to always guide me on that journey. Well, first there was Miko, and then there was always her as well. But I'm so grateful for that. And I don't know, and even here, if you ever, I hope that you will read this. And actually, the San Diego Church is doing a studies group, online study group about this, and they'll start next month. But in reading this, especially with Asakichi, how often he kept running away instead of confronting things. In fact, Kami-sama kept trying to get him to confront things, and he would not, and things would just get worse. I'm so grateful to have a very strong little sister here who told me to not give up, to listen, to pay attention, to confront things. I'm so glad that Uzue said, out of the blue, Uzue said, emailed me, invited me to dinner, and told me, no, you cannot run away. So here's where I speak to all of you out there as well. I don't know, and I think it's so apropos, maybe. This is the month of Valentine's where there's love. There should be love. I don't know what's in your family, and we all have issues within our family. That's a given, and that's normal. I just ask, much like Asakichi, much like in my own case, that you don't run from it. And it might hurt, when you have a Band-Aid and a cut and you just rip it off, it hurts, but it heals. It does heal. I ask that you don't run away. Just sit down, confront. Feelings might get hurt, but then from that, I know just from my own experience, I know after reading an example from Konko Daijin's life, his son's life, that there's amazing blessings, favors to be received as long as we're coming from a place of love. So I ask all of you, out there, whatever your home situation is, whether it be with your partner, your boyfriend or girlfriend, family members, between your best friend, please, don't run away. And I'm so glad that Miko has taught me that important, Uzue Sensei taught me that important lesson, to not run away, to confront it, and to face it. Because I think from there, we can receive okage. So with that, next month will be, I'm so grateful, next month is my spring break. Yay! Next month is also the Mitama Matsuri, where we read off the names of those who passed away. So this will probably be our longest service here at this church. I don't know how many names. I'm still trying to figure out the system. There's a lot of names. How long was it the last time? Do you remember, in September? I don't know. But if there is a name of a friend who passed away or a loved one who passed away, and you'd like them to be remembered during that March service, where it's not just people in the month of March who passed away we honor, but everyone, please go ahead and send to the church email their name, the date they passed away, so that we can constantly remember them and put them in our what we call the Reijinbo, which is a what is that in English? You're not helping me, Miko. Reijinbo. Oh my gosh. A book of the names of, a listing of all the names of those who passed away. That's what it is. Sorry, that took a long time to say. So if you want, please send that to us so that we can definitely add them in. Cats, dogs. I have my 4 dogs in the San Diego listed, so that's okay. We also have there's a total of 8 animals that we have in San Diego that I read off as well. So if you have a beloved dog or beloved cat or bird, you can share that as well. So with that, I look forward to seeing you the third Sunday of next month. I look forward to seeing you all there. Until next time, thank you.
Is Coco on the list?
Who?
Coco?
Who's Coco?